Okay.
It's the 3rd of July. Rabbi Moore, Parsha Shavuot with Rashi.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Who is here? Not here.
Lou
Okay.
is here. He might have stepped out for a second, but he's here.
Okay. Let's continue.
Okay.
Pasuk 21.
Okay. So it says, V'haita lahem lechukat olam umazeh me hanida yikabes v'gadav v'hanogea b'mei hanida
Okay.
yitma ad ha'arev. Okay, so this for you is a eternal statute, and the one who sprinkles the water
Of
says
sprinkling.
of sprinkling, yeah. But nida means something else. Okay.
Oh, here. Rashi mentioned this. May I need to Rashi mentioned this on
Oh, earlier, I think you said, yeah. Well, he mentions it again here, I think.
Pasuk, where was it? Pasuk Yud. The test actually it was. The May Nidah. The May Hazoya. She said. Pasuk 9. Okay.
Okay, very good. Let's go on. Okay, so the sprinkling shall immerse his clothing, and one who touches this water of the sprinkling shall be impure until evening.
And Rashi is going to point out, but he does not need to wash his clothes.
Oh, okay. It says, Umazeme Hanida, one who sprinkles the water of sprinkling. Rabbeinu Amru, the rabbi said, She Hamazeh Tahor, the one who sprinkles is
She
pure.
does the sprinkling, he remains, he doesn't become impure.
Oh, okay.
He remains pure. So what is this? Mean? Doesn't mean actually the one who sprinkles, but the zebol elamed.
It comes to teach us Shehanosei Mechatat. Okay, so the one that carries this water for purification, Tamei Tum'ah Chamura, becomes impure with great impurity.
Serious form of impurity.
Serious form, okay. Limate begadim alav, that it makes the clothes on him impure.
Therefore, that's why he has to wash them.
Uh-huh.
That's why he has to be chabes begodov.
Okay. And Masha Ein Kain Binogea.
Just comes in contact.
Oh, just comes in contact with these waters. Wow.
Right?
Okay. Vizeh Shotzio Bilashon Mazeh. And this
So why does the Torah express it in the form of the one who sprinkles?
oh, okay.
It's a nice-
That's to tell you She'enan mitam'in, that
That do not make a person impure. The waters of the Paraduma do not make somebody who carries them impure.
impure.
Ad sheyehei bohen she'ir hazor. Unless they have a measure of sprinkling, meaning just one drop will not be good enough. It has to be a sufficient amount of water that will be good enough to sprinkle on somebody to purify.
Yeah, so one would think it would be carried in a vessel where it couldn't overflow, or he couldn't get.
We're talking about actually a very minimal amount. Shiazor is it's not a tremendous amount.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Just let me
very
check.
good. Okay, so let's go on. The Hanogea, the Gomer Yidma. The one who touches it becomes impure. The Ein Ta'un Kibus Bigadein. He does not require, the kibus, the washing, I guess, of his clothing. Hmm.
Right. As I mentioned before, that's the Torah is contrasting the two. The one who sprinkles, which in actual fact means the one who carries the measure of sprinkling water, of sprinkling, the measure of sprinkling of these waters of sprinkling shall cleanse his clothing. But only got somebody who just comes in contact with Mehanidah, with the sprinkling water, then he'll only become Tomei till the evening, but his clothing will not require cleansing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's go on to Pasuk 22.
22. Where are we here? Let's see. 22. V'chol asher yiga bo ha-tamei yitma ha-nefesh ha-nogaas tit ma ad ha'arev. Okay. So let's see. Anyone who is tamei.
Now you say anyone.
Kol asher v'chol. I have my English says anyone.
Okay.
Anyone whom is touched by the one who is tamei.
Because it just well mean anything.
Anything.
Could just as well mean anything.
Anything that is touched by the one who's tamei.
Right.
Shall be tamei. And the person who touches shall be tamei until evening. Okay, so Rashi says, "V'chol asher yiga bo hatamei hazeh this she nitma b'meis this one who became tamei through a corpse, Yitma, he is tamei.
meaning I try to say anything that the person who is impure, right, through a tame mace, because you have to, why are we, Rashi, that's what Rashi is adding in. Anything that literally means anything that the impure person touches, Yitma will become Tome. Now, who is Hatome? How do you define Hatome? And also, that's not necessarily true. Because there's one very important klal, very important rule in transfer of Tumah, that a human being or vessels can only become Tome from something which is Av HaTumah, as opposed to foods. Foods can become Tome, their Tumah can stretch much further. I'll explain in a minute. But somebody who, a person or a vessel, kalim, can only become Tome if they come in contact with an Av HaTumah. But if they come in contact with something which is called a Rishon L'Tumah, then Adam Rishon L'Tumah is not Matame Adam V'Kalim. Doesn't make somebody who's a human being or Kalim Tome. Now, what do I mean by Av HaTumah and Rishon L'Tumah? As follows. Av HaTumah means something which is basically the master source of Tumah. Okay, so mostly it is actually the source, like a nevela, or sheretz, or zov and zova, or a woman who is nida, or a man who's a balkeri. All these are the source of the tumah. These are like the I call it the master source because they're the original source of the tumah. And here, by Tumas Mace, we have the Torah is actually telling you something which is over and above all the other Tumas. Not only is the corpse itself the source of the Tumah, it's called Avi Avoisa Tumah. It's like the super source, which means that if anybody comes in contact with the mace, he himself is considered a source of Tumah. He himself becomes an Ava Tumah. So therefore, somebody who touches a mace, a corpse, he becomes Tomei. And not only does his Tumah become Tomei, his Tumah is strong enough that he can transfer his Tumah to another human being or to other Kalim. And that's what this pasuk is telling you. Okay? Somebody who became Tomei. How to become Tomei? By coming in contact with the mace. Anything that he comes in contact with will become Tomei, which means even a human being or even Kalim. Okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so that's what Rashi is telling you. That he came in contact with the mace, he became impure through a corpse. And anything, not just food, but anything, even human being or even kalim, will also become tummy. Okay, and then the pasuk says, "V'nefesh hanagas." Let's continue, Lou.
Okay, and the person who touches him, be tamei mace, who was tamei because of a corpse,
Right.
Yitma ad ha'arev. He shall be tamei until evening.
Right.
Khan, the Mad. Here we have learned Shahames av avi avos hatum that a corpse is the most intense primary source of tuma.
It's a good way of explaining it.
The hanogea bo, and one who touches it of hatuma is a primary source of tuma. Umatame adam, and transmits tuma to a person.
Right.
Zehu Pirusha. And this is as the explanation of the red heifer.
But it means Rashi is not saying just on this pasuk, the whole section.
Lefi mash ma'a, in accordance with the way it sounds. The hill.
Well, its literal meaning.
And its laws.
And its laws. Period. Okay? Yes, this what I've explained till now is its explanation according to its literal meaning and according to its laws. Okay? I'm going to skip now because this Rashi now is going to be in for quite a large section over here of Rashi. It's going to explain it according to the Agadic explanation. But I think for the little time we have left, we're going to go on to the first pasuk of the next chapter, pasuk Chav, chapter Chav, pasuk Aleph. Right. Meir.
Okay, so it says, Vayavo b'nei Yisrael, kol ha'ida midbar tzin b'chodesh harishon, vayeshev ha'am b'kadesh v'tamat sham Miriam v'tikaver sham. Okay, so the children of Israel and all of the assembly arrived in...
Vayavo b'nei Yisrael. B'nei Yisrael, comma, kol ha'ida. The entire congregation.
Oh, entire. Okay, to the wilderness of Sin, the first month, and the people dwelled there. The Tamat, and there Miriam died, and she was buried there.
Azal say this was actually on the 10th of Nisan, because it was in the first month, as we see. And this was actually the first month of the 40th year they had been in the desert. And it was exactly 1 year. Actually, it wasn't. It was 1 year exactly to the day before they crossed over the Jordan.
Wow. Okay. It says Kol Ha'edah, the entire assembly. Eidah Hashlema, the whole assembly. Shekabar Metu Mete Midbar. For those who were to die in the wilderness already died. Okay, ve'elu pirshu l'chayim, and these were set apart for life. Okay, but Tamat Sham, Miriam died there. Lama nismecha mitat Miriam. Okay, so why is this the verse next to the Parashat Paradam Aduma, next to the section of the red heifer? Okay. Lomar lecha, that's to tell you, ma korbanot mikaprin. Okay, so this is a offering of atonement.
Yeah, ma korbanos machapim, just in the same way as sacrifices atone.
Okay. Afmitat tzadikim mikaperet. Oh, so does the death of a righteous person atone. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Vatamat Sham Miriam again. And Miriam died there. Afhi Vinishika Meta. She died by a kiss of death, or a kiss, I should say. Umipnei Malo Ne'amar Ba Alpi Hashem. So why didn't it say of her by the mouth of Hashem? Sheino derech b'kavod shel mala. But this is not respectful with regard to Hashem on high. Ube Aharon, and of Aharon, Ne'amar al pi Hashem, by the mouth of Hashem, Be'ele Maseh, in the Torah portion of Maaseh. Oh, okay.
It says actually Moshe Rabbeinu also died by the kiss of death. By the way, this kiss of death means that the soul or the neshama had no problem leaving the body. It just slipped out. Kiviyachol, Kosh Baruch Hu sucked the neshama out of the body and just left like that. What it means is, because the idea is that basically neshama is something holy and spiritual, and it's brought down and put in a human body to fulfill its purpose in this world. And as much as the body has allowed the soul to fulfill its purpose in this world, so too will it be its reaction when the soul wants to leave the body. So if the body is been working in tandem with the soul, the neshama, and being constantly, should we say, being an appropriate tool for the soul to reach perfection, so then it has no problem when the time comes for it to leave the body. The body will let the soul go. But if there's being that the body wants to have its own pleasure, and it's not necessarily allowing the soul to fulfill its proper spiritual purpose, then there will be how shall I say it, a conflict between the soul and the body when the time comes for the soul to leave the body, and therefore the experience of death will be a painful process. Okay?
Right.
I think we'll leave it here. Okay?
Have a good
Very
day.
good.
Very good. Have a good Shabbos, everybody.
Have a good Shabbos. Be well.
Be well.